Hello, welcome back to another episode of Longtable Discussion. My name is Pio. I'm going to be the moderator today. With me, I have my Funbox team.
A man.
Shane.
Kun.
Angie Reindeer.
Numina.
And Philip Fizzle.
Last week, we talked about loot boxes, and at the end, we dabbled a little about video game immersion, so we're going to continue that this week. So, video game immersion, what do you look for in a video game?
For me, I try to pick the character that look like me the most.
How does that apply to every game?
But if there's a choice, I will choose like the character that look like me the most. Except there is animal or something else on the character, I would choose animal because that's like more fun.
Are you someone who gets completely immersed in a video game?
Do you like animals a lot?
Yes, I would say.
You play for the story.
Yeah, totally play for the story. Like 555, really love it.
Yeah, I play a lot of games throughout my, all the years here. I play a lot of story games, MMO games, any kind of games, except strategy. There's no immersion in strategy, and I don't really like it.
I agree. There's no immersion in strategy. It's like a tabletop board game.
I actually quit strategy because of it used to be RTS, right? Like Great Alert and Command and Conquer and stuff like that. You have to be quick to win, and that's just broke the immersion in gaming for me. So I stopped playing strategy.
If you think too slow, then you can't play strategy.
So,
but don't you feel like you're some kind of general or something?
I actually think differently, but I might like bend the rules of the games a little bit. Because like, for example, Command and Conquer, when I played it, I would really like tell my friends, hey, just like don't attack for a while, let us build our cities, let us get our defenses up, and like that was for me really immersive because I tried to like build like nice cities and like actually build gates and stuff and put the lasers behind the gate and stuff, even though sometimes it would not be really effective, so I kind of missed the objective of the game. But it was immersive for me, as in like I built my military base.
But try asking man to wait.
Yeah, I guess. So that's why I'm saying
he would attack your city as soon as possible. Wreck your city, man.
So what about Kun? What do you look for in a video game? I think you're not the kind of person who gets completely immersed in it.
No, I do not get immersed. I only look for what looks cool in a video game. If it's graphics or if it's a character that looks cool, and if in the game I can choose a female character because females look cooler than male. But no immersion for me because that's not that immersion is not what's important for me. What's important is I play the game and I enjoy it. That's it. There is no specific type of game I play or I don't play though.
For me, I don't like every, how do you say that word? Genres. So I look for a fast pace, anything with fast pace, For example, like Star Wars Battlefront. And for the story mode, I would only play the kind of game that relates to movies that I have watched. So I would be more into it. For example, again, Star Wars Battlefront, that is my life.
So something you can relate to based on your past experience.
Yeah.
But do you feel like a pilot when you really like, flying?
Yes, I do feel like a pilot and I own the sky.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So that's a level of immersion right there. What about you, Numa?
I'm in for the stories, and I like to spoil myself first before going into the game. Is the story good enough for me to pay?
Wait, so you like to read the story first?
Oh, I watch people pay first.
Oh, and then you play?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's what
This
I do too.
applies to movie as well.
Alright.
I always sit beside him in theater, right? And he kind of like, this character is on screen, and he just Google it.
No, but I do that too for games though. I look at the gameplay of people first, and then if I like it, I'll try it and buy it.
But I love spoilers. I don't mind.
You don't mind
I don't mind spoilers for the game. I hate spoilers for movies, but I don't mind spoilers for the game.
Oh, for me, it's the other way around.
But there's more immersion in the game. So how do you?
I have never played a game for the story. I have liked many games because it has good story, but I've never played a game for the story itself.
But for me, different. I pay for the good story, but I have to.
But you know the ending.
So what about you, Philly Fizzle?
So for me, actually, I mean, I don't really prefer any type of genre similar to Angie, but I do prefer a game that has a very good script writing team and people that really put a lot of thought in the game, like games, for example, like The Last of Us, or back in the day, like games like Resident Evil, you know, like things like this, like some like things that I grew up with, like Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2, for example. I thought it was really a really good story as well, you know, aside from the mystery and from the puzzle solving and stuff like this. But I can still even play games like, you know, like 2K18 or 2K17 with friends and have really fun with that, or also sometimes play like first-person shooters, you know, with friends, but rather less because I'm not really a good player in that type of genre, you know. But when I look at a game, I really look at the story as well, and I want to have a good story. For example, games like Horizon, right, Zero Dawn, I was really captivated by that story, and I thought it was a really cool angle and something that's new. And in the industry today, where you have so many new games coming out, I think this is one of the differentiating factors for good games, if they have a good story, in terms of single-player games.
Do you like spoilers?
No. Spoilers, I do watch reviews a lot in order to see
spoiler-free reviews.
Yeah, spoiler-free reviews. You know, like, as long as they don't spoil the story, but they show gameplay and like mechanics and stuff.
Do you
like
consider
that's
gameplay
the best kind.
as spoiler?
You still have like
what?
Do you consider gameplay
as a spoiler?
Yeah.
Not really, because I want to know what I get first.
Man,
depends on what gameplay.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Depends
you
on
told
what
me
part,
before
you know.
that game, if you watch like gameplay trailer and you think it's a spoiler.
Yeah,
That's for movie, you know.
If there is
No, for
stories
game.
involved, but if they only show like the new Spider-Man,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So
Yeah.
if you guys
So you
have
know
to,
like what
you
kind
can
of
do and
feeling,
stuff, what you can do
yeah.
in it and stuff like this. Because sometimes you also have an opinion about a certain game, you have an idea about it, right? Like, for example, when you see the Spider-Man game, you want to know whether you can just like swing around in the city and like do somersaults and dive off buildings and stuff like that. You know, these are all aspects that you might want to see, right? So that's why I watch it. If I don't have it, then I might not buy it, right?
so if I ask you like to name only one thing that drive you to buy a game, what would it be? Of course, it depends on each game, but then what is the one thing that usually drives you to buy? Is it reviews, stories,
From the game.
It could be the developer as well.
or
That has a lot of
developer?
pull.
Yeah. So what would it be for
I-
each of you guys?
For me, it's like the how much is really like open world sandbox kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like-
You like sandboxy
Yeah.
games.
I like
So I love
open
GTA
world.
the most game, like the best game ever.
For me, it would be mechanics of the game. Like if there is something new, like a new element in the game, then I'll buy it. Like for example, there's a lot of survival games out there, right? But then Ark, what I discovered is the first of its type that has survival, where you get to tame a dinosaur. So that was like, as soon as I found out that I can tame a T-Rex, I'm like, okay, I got it, I bought it. So for me, it's like if it's something new, mechanic-wise, I'll buy it right away.
Then for me, it's like the car customized, the customized car.
Ah, okay. Okay.
If I have the
For GTA,
customized car, I
yeah.
totally buy that game.
What about you guys?
For me, it's like the game with the puzzle solving, and,
Like Zelda puzzle.
and good story.
Like Zelda? What do you think about Zelda?
Exploration.
I haven't played before.
Not a Nintendo fan.
Zelda.
I'm a huge Zelda fan myself. Actually, I buy games with a lot of open world area.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually buy like Ubisoft games a lot.
Are you getting paid by Ubisoft?
With acceptable story.
We heard you drop that
okay,
name.
okay.
So that's my
I
baseline.
think we found a Ubisoft sponsor.
in buying open world games.
But how much do graphics matter to each of you?
For me, a lot.
A lot.
Oh my god.
For me, not really. I
Yes.
can get really
For me,
immersive
a
with-
lot too.
Because
For
there's
me,
a
lot
difference
too.
between graphics in visual style?
Okay, then I would say graphics don't really matter. But the visual style has to be graphically on point.
The visual style, let's say like The Witcher, that is a very really nice graphics. But then visual style like Zelda, so it's not the highest graphics, but the art style is really interesting.
But how about
So
if
which one is
like
more-
basketball?
I actually look in the way of the art.
How
The
about
art style, right?
For me,
For
it's
me
art.
too.
For
Yeah,
me, it's
For the
art.
art style.
For me, it's not the graphic itself, the art. Yeah.
For me,
like
it's
you said.
It really depends on
Still,
the game.
like on the creativity of the game that make me immersive with the game. You know, I'm the kind of guy that if I ran into the VR game and I saw a bottle, I just want to do a bottle flip, and I feel like that. I feel like I'm actually inside the
You
game.
can
How-
actually do it.
Yeah.
how
I think
about
it depends on the characters and the stories that you have in a game. For example, if you have like a game like Metal Gear Solid or GTA 5, and you have that in cartoon style, like Zelda, I don't
It would
know.
be that fun.
I don't know whether it would be so nice. But then again, games like, for example,
Oh, yeah,
Mario,
that's true.
right? What is it? Mario Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey. That would be something that I would totally play, even though it's that character style, or even Zelda.
Right.
You know?
Because it fits.
But yeah, because it fits sort of like the story and the characters, right? But if you have like GTA where you really want to be like realistic as you can.
But
and
have
like
you played the GTA Simpson game?
Simpsons game?
Yeah, there are Simpson games that look like GTA. You can
no,
stole
no.
people's
No, I have-
car and drive car.
I haven't done any of the mods, like for example.
No,
I
not
played-
from the GTA.
Oh.
That's like totally different Simpson game.
Well, I guess Simpsons would be a cool game to
Lego
play as
City.
well.
Yeah.
But because it depends
the-
on the story. They have a background and stuff, right?
But what about a developer? How much would you buy a game because based on the developer
Definitely.
making it?
If it's
Of course.
Rockstar, I would buy any game they make.
So you don't need like any videos, any marketing. It's Rockstar. You're gonna buy it right away.
But
Rockstar,
by the
they
way,
have such a
Rockstar,
good reputation.
They
for
never
games
let you
that are-
down in
yeah.
any game.
Yeah.
And I liked all of the games that they made before. So
But nowadays you don't have to know code to like develop a game. So there are some-
Everybody is making it.
yeah.
It's like indie.
It's Broforce,
indie
but
games.
owned by like some big company.
Devolver,
I think the publisher is Devolver.
publishers.
For me, it's not the developer; it's the series. Is that how you call it? The series of the game, like if it's-
Franchise.
Franchise,
yeah.
yeah.
IP.
It doesn't matter whether it's Rockstars or whatever, but because I like GTA, I'll buy the next GTA. But it has nothing to do with the developer.
But you know, Ark is indie games, right? Do you know that?
No.
It's from
But for example,
in-
Naughty Dog.
Indie company.
Okay, you never played.
Naughty Dog. Yeah.
You never played Uncharted, so you can't really.
I never played Uncharted.
But did you
because-
watch it?
No, I didn't even think
Last
it
of
was
Us.
interesting enough to watch Uncharted because it looked so boring. Yes.
Actually,
It's basically Tomb Raider,
kinda
the
same
male
for me
version
too.
of Tomb Raider.
because I never played it too. I own PS.
People are giving me dog eyes
I'm
here.
Okay.
I think the game performance matter.
I don't think you should talk about Uncharted if you've not played the game.
Performance as
I'll
in
try play the game someday.
the optimization or how's the gameplay?
Yes.
The
The
Wait, the topic
optimization
is-
and everything.
It's like
it went from
Immersiveness?
immersion. Yeah.
yeah,
So
Is that the topic? Oh, okay.
yeah.
it's okay. It's a random long table. Wait.
You guys can enjoy like the cartoony style with fast-paced shooting game, right? But I cannot. Like Fortnite, I don't enjoy playing it because it's too cartoony. I feel like
Me neither.
fast-paced shooting game, I'm more into it where it looks more
What about Cell
realistic.
Shade?
More realistic.
Cell
Do you
Shade.
agree? Yes.
It's like Borderlands.
How about
Oh, Borderlands.
It's Cell Shade.
No matter how
It's not
cartoony it
cartoony,
is.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Cell Shade.
That
it
is
looks
so
like
good.
cartoon.
Yes. That like Borderland is my favorite all-time favorite game ever. Like I can never get enough of it. I will always play it. And so I guess type of art doesn't matter to me at all as long as the gameplay is good.
I never played Borderlands just because I didn't like the visual
Right.
style.
Wow.
Okay. Oh.
Wow, what a close-minded argument.
It might be. And
Coming from someone who never played Uncharted.
if I played a
That
game,
is-
and if I played a game, I might not.
You might like it.
I might actually like it.
You
but
should try it.
So far, I have not really played it, so I can't really.
How about
say.
he'll try Borderlands, you try Last of Us.
Yeah.
No, I like Last of Us. I love the story of Last of Us. I never said anything negative about Last of
But
Us.
played it.
Yeah, but
Or
I know-
Uncharted.
Not Uncharted. I'm not playing Uncharted. That game looks boring.
No, I really want to play Uncharted.
Uncharted is the guy that swings around.
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake.
That hunts treasures. Male Tomb Raider, right?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So yeah, you played Tomb Raider. You played Uncharted.
No, speaking of Uncharted and Tomb Raider, when you play video games, do you see yourself as the character? Do you pretend like you're the character?
Of course,
in the
I
game?
feel like I am the main character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
No.
That's what I do.
How come?
I feel like
How come you don't?
I am controlling the character. I am not the character. I am the one controlling it.
I think
Does that make sense?
Meaning you're the character.
No. I'm not. I am me.
It's doing what you
Controlling-
want it to do.
How do I say it? When I play a game, I don't feel like I am doing the thing in the game. I am the one controlling it.
For example, if
You're
you,
not role playing it.
Yeah, I don't
You're
role play.
controlling it.
Yeah. Basically, it's a robot. And
But
I'm
do you
just telling
custom your
what
car
to
in
do.
GTA? So you can like look cool.
It's for the car to look cool, but then like.
But that's your character
But you
too.
customize your character.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't feel like it's me. I feel like it's me
representing you.
controlling- No, I don't feel like
Yes,
it
it's
represents me.
representing you.
But-
I control
Because
it.
you choose the color that you like, the shape that you like.
In that way, it will represent me, but I don't feel like
If
it's
you don't-
me.
For example, you
don't
like
want
to
the-
choose woman character.
Yes.
Because that represents you.
No. I just choose woman character because they're better to look at than male characters. That's it. And
What about in
which
first person?
So
View.
is that count?
Yeah. What about in first person view where you can't see the
Give
ass
me
of
an
the
example
female?
of a game that is first person
Borderlands.
where I get to pick the
Far Cry.
female. Okay, Borderlands.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Or
I
just
pick
Man
the
of Steel.
character based on what I like to play, not got
And
nothing
based
to do
on
with
the
sex.
map.
Yeah, based on the map. Borderlands depend on the skill.
Let's say you're playing Skyrim. Make male or female character.
Female.
But it's first person.
Yeah, but then there are many times where I get to see myself.
So you like to feel like a female.
No, I like to, how do I say it without sounding offensive? I like to have control over everything I do. Therefore, I prefer. No, I can't say that.
You've gone there already.
Bottom line, when I play game, I don't see myself in the game. I see myself controlling the player in the game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what immersiveness, in my opinion, is. Because like
Yeah.
you can be somebody that you in real life not are, and you do care about how they look like and what kind of car they're driving,
Yes,
and
I
how
do.
other people see you, right? That is the definition of immersiveness for me.
Then
Right.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was what I'm trying to say.
then when
You didn't
when
mean
I
like you're
say-
in the game, but you're like
Yeah, but you
Care
like,
for
you
her-
care
about
for
the-
that character and
when
how
I
it
say
looks.
when I say immersive though, the way I see it is I feel like I am in the game, like I am that character. I never felt that. But other than that, everything you said, I agree.
so what is,
So awkward silence.
I can see the bar.
Okay,
I
so what do you
guess-
guys?
So what is like immersive actually means? You have to feel
Okay.
like you are
Appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what the definition
let's
is.
let's agree on what immersion means then,
Yeah.
since I have a different definition of it than Philip does.
Okay, so everyone in one sentence, what do you think immersion means in a video game?
I think just caring for the game that you're playing at that moment, whether it's about building cities, whether it's playing a certain person that can do abilities that you cannot do in real life and you think it's cool, right? Just really like being pulled into the story or being pulled into the gameplay. That is for me being immersed in the game, right? Immersive gameplay doesn't have to be necessary like role play and like mimicking like real life situations and stuff, because like I think games are there for like to let your fantasy go free, right? And they give you that ability. And whether you want to be a woman because you would like to be a woman in you would like to immerse yourself in as a woman in the game, right? That is totally up to each and every player. I prefer to be a dude, a good-looking dude. That's it. But immersive gameplay can also be like, for example, The Sims, right? You build a city or Sim City, for example, or The Sims itself. you have a whole family, right? Like I think that's very immersive gameplay, like living a life of somebody or building a city that you care for, that you have to keep alive and keep away from disasters and stuff. This is all immersive to me.
For me, immersive, like if I use Sims as an example, there's a family, right? Definition of immersive for me is I will feel like I am the father of the family. But your definition is because you care about the whole family and that what they do, that is being immersive for you. For me, just
this
by
is one example that you picked out.
Example. For me, controlling the family would be just me, myself, controlling four digital characters as the family. But immersion would require me to feel like I am one of them.
Okay, so there's like different levels of immersion.
So what do you call what Philip call immersion?
For me, I would just call it normal playing game normally, controlling people, or controlling the character to do what you want it to do.
It's attachment, isn't it? Attachment to
Yeah,
the character.
kind of attachment.
It's when you feel responsible for making the wrong decision that gets a character killed. That is immersion. When you feel for the
Then maybe I have a
character.
wrong definition of immersion.
Do you care if you make a wrong decision and then, let's say, your companion dies?
I can reload. That's the whole point of the game. You reload if you make a mistake.
What if you forgot to save right before?
What if it's not a situation where you can reload? What if that character has to die?
It's the fact that it's a game. No, if a character has to die, like it's built in the script, nothing I can do about it.
But would you feel? What would you feel? Would you feel after like 20 hours? Like when Eris died in Final Fantasy VII, do you feel sad? Or she's like, oh, she's just pixels.
She's dead.
Oh.
The only time I felt sad is when it's for Last of Us, and that's because I didn't play it and I watched the whole movie.
This is really confusing.
See, for me, playing the game and watching a movie is two different things. I can feel immersive in movies. I can imagine myself as a superhero or whatever, right? In a movie, I feel immersion. Like I am in it, in that world. But playing a game, I'm just controlling the character. I'm just the puppeteer.
I understand him.
Do you feel like you're Wolverine when you're watching Wolverine?
I feel like it would be nice if I became Wolverine. You know what I mean? But then I'm not. I cannot control anything.
Do you call that immersive?
How do I say it? Anything that I cannot control, and I want to be a part of, immersive for me. But anything that I can control, it's not immersion because I am creating that environment. It's fake.
That's why you don't like game with story.
But for MMO games, you become only one of the character. Other things that you can make decision.
But I am controlling that character to do what I want it to do. I am not doing it. I am telling it to do it. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
So it's a little weird. A little might not make sense to most people. But then that's how I see it. That's why I cannot get immersive with games. Any game I've ever played, never been immersive. Never felt like I cared. Because I controlled it, and if it happened, I wanted it to happen. If I didn't want it to happen, reload.
I guess I get super immersed because like sometimes for really good games, I actually like skip work and don't even go to work and I call in sick.
Oh, I do that too. I do that too.
Just to play a game. So I would say like that for me is a definition also like of being immersed because I like that game so much that I would actually like not take care of my responsibilities in real life. That means like real immersion, almost like addiction.
So when the game is over, do you feel sad that it's over?
Sometimes,
right?
sometimes I try to drag the games out, try to solve as many like side quests and leave the story missions.
So
like,
that's why Kun likes
games that doesn't have an ending, like open sandbox games, Telltale games, because everything is controlled by me. You get it?
Did you play Mafia 3?
I can't remember what that game was, but I played one type of Mafia though.
This Mafia game. It's like you're collecting guns and cars and every stuff. But then after you end the game, you can't go back and play anymore.
Cannot go back.
Yeah.
Oh, then that would be great because
It sucked, man, because I was like saving a lot of stuff
for me,
to do for fun. You know, what do you imagine to crash the car and that car jump off the bridge and stuff and then bam, the game is done.
For me, if I can finish a game,
I feel lost.
Then I have accomplished the objective of finishing the game. Then I feel accomplishment. I feel good. I like.
Well, I also get that good feeling, but I also feel sad that it's not going on.
That's because you're attached to those characters, right? But
That's
I don't
he's
feel
immersed.
Yes,
in attached. That comes from
but
attachment.
I don't feel attachment to anything because I controlled it. There you go.
What about a kind of game that I'm attached to? There's nothing to be attached to. Sometimes I don't understand why can't I stop playing.
That might just
That's
be your
addiction.
I
addiction.
think that might be addiction.
Like what, Mo?
Yeah.
But do
Once
you
a
always
wonder.
do you also have like a thought, like you look at a scene in a game and you think something like,
Wow.
it would be cool if you were there.
Nope.
No, not at all.
All the
No,
time.
I mean,
all
like
the
the
time.
music.
Okay,
All the
the,
for
time.
example,
the atmosphere in
I
the
see-
game,
Yes.
I-
the forest.
I look
whatever.
on.
Yes.
I look off a mountain. I see this beautiful view, and I said, "Wow, what a beautiful view." Do I wish I was there? No, because I'm already there. I controlled my character to be there, so I've seen it.
So let's say there's an MMO where you can scan your face into it. Would you play a male with your face scanned?
Yes, because I am a male. No, wait. Do I have an option of not
You have the option of playing a female.
scanning my
Yeah,
face?
not scanning your
Yeah.
face.
Definitely.
So you would play a female.
Yes, because in my opinion, I prefer to look at a female than a male. I don't see myself as the character. The character is something I control, not me. You get it? They're all puppets in a way. I control them to do what I want. Zero attachment. If
That's
die,
kind of too.
if they die, they can be replaced because they are just digital tools for my amusement. That makes me sound like a horrible person.
It's kind of like that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
like this Ark game that I play, like it would take you like 2-3 hours just to tame a dinosaur, right? And the whole point of that is to, like, you went through all this effort to care for the dinosaur, protect it, and tame it. So like you're supposed to care for it. But then for me is, I've achieved my objective of taming it. Now if it dies, then it can die. Because my objective ended when I tamed it.
But if you didn't get it to like walk into the water and see if it can swim or not, but you wouldn't do it because you would lost some achievement, so you finish all the achievement first, and then you was like wanna see it swim.
Like
then it's died before.
if my objective was to tame it and I achieved it, and somehow I thought of a new thing to do with it, I want to see if it can swim, then I'll try to do it.
But if it died before, like
If it
on
died,
the
then
way.
if it died along the way, I restart the process.
Oh, you can't.
I will get another pet to do the thing that I wanted it to do, and then after it completed, I'm not gonna like it more because he didn't do it. I made him do it. So if he dies, then there you go.
Oh shit.
But how much is immersion affected by the race of the character that you're playing? So
Race?
obviously, if you're human, the immersion's there. But what if you're playing like a night elf or
Oh,
a kung fu panda in World of Warcraft, the Pandaren?
The Pandaren.
How do you still feel that level of immersion? Do you see yourself as that panda?
Oh, I'm
You
out
know?
for this question.
Like there are games where you can pick animals or like different races, like orcs. Do you still feel the same level of immersion as opposed to if you pick a human?
Well, whether I control a human character or an orc character is still the same controlling. So for me, it makes no
It
difference.
makes no difference. What about
That
you?
means he not immersive.
Yeah. So what about you?
For me, it doesn't really matter. Like, I could even play games where I don't play a character actually and get immersed in it. You know, so even if I would play a woman, I would still like the game. You know,
But-
if it's the only option, you know, I would still like it. But I would definitely still be immersed. Because, for example, when I played The Last of Us, there's a big part where you play as the little girl, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I still felt for her and everything.
But this is more if it's like the environment is like real world compared to.
Does it become more immersive?
Yeah, like say like Fortnite graphics or Simpsons. Definitely more.
I guess I would not get immersed in a game like Mario, like, you know.
Yeah.
That would be kind of, because like the story is just completely different. If it's like sort of a story that has very good writing, I would totally like get immersed.
Is Mario Odyssey good writing?
Spyro.
He finished it.
It is. It is.
Spyro.
It's really cool.
Oh, that's the purple dragon.
Yeah,
Oh, I loved that game when I was young.
they remade that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Spyro has a girlfriend now.
What game?
The purple dragon. That,
From the
that couldn't
PlayStation.
fly.
I think.
Oh,
Oh shit.
like the Fox game.
Yeah.
There's one that is Fox. Like.
Which
Crash?
Fox?
Crash
That's
Bandicoot.
really cool.
Also Layman.
Layman.
Oh, that's 30 minutes. I think that's good enough.
Damn.
Does anybody want to add anything else?
I am not a bad person for wanting to control digital characters.
Actually, I want to correct my statement. I don't really skip work. Like I did that back in the day when I was in university. But you can cut that out and say like I take holidays. Okay, I take holidays.
You take holiday for game.
Just like put it on top of it.
He took holiday.
If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more great content every week.